Hi, I'm Anthony from the Basement Reef. Welcome once again to our YouTube channel. As always, if this is your first time tuning in, we're a retail aquatic pet store located in Columbia, Missouri. And here on our channel, we like to show off whatever we think is cool around our store or our clients' tanks. Just anything aquatic, especially saltwater, that we think is going to look good on our channel, we put it here. So if you're into aquariums at all, or especially saltwater aquariums, we think this is a really good channel for you. So keep watching this video, see if you like it, hit that subscribe button. But today we're here to talk about this little tank right next to me. And this tank is the very first thing you see when you walk through our front door here in the shop. It's a little 7-gallon tank, but what is neat about it is that it is drilled with an overflow. I have a little sump hooked onto it, as well as an algae reactor. It has essentially all the bells and whistles that you would expect in a larger tank, but in a nano or almost pico desktop sort of size. So today I want to show you guys what I've been doing with this tank, what I've got growing in here. It's actually a homemade tank. I don't know who built it, but the craftsmanship is decent and it's a really cool concept. So after today's video where we go into what's going on with the tank now, I'm going to turn this into a series of videos, and I'm going to attempt to make my own version of this tank with maybe a couple of improvements too. And in the future, if all goes well, we might move towards making this into a retail product available here at our store. We'll start with a little bit of an overview of the tank and how it presents here in the store. Again, it's 7 gallons, and it's the first thing you see when you walk through our door. I have some artwork that a buddy of mine painted hanging on it, and it's lit by an AI prime. So the theme of the tank is more or less mushrooms and SPS. There's some other things in here, but that's what I really wanted to focus on, was a collection of cool mushrooms and growing SPS in a small tank. Here you can see the first of our mushrooms, the blue and red St. Thomas, as well as a little unnamed green Acropora that I'm pleased to say is growing nicely here in this little 7-gallon tank. Something that's a bit of a challenge, but is working out well. Here's a little unnamed wild bounce mushroom that I'm pleased to say I've had some success culturing, and I'm excited that I'll be able to offer it for sale in the future. We all could use some more bounce mushrooms, right? And then that's a neat little pincushion style Rhodactis that I just thought looked cool, so I tossed it in here. And these purple mushrooms, while they may not look like much, are really special to me because they're one of the first corals I ever had. I used to sell a bunch of them at the old fish store that I worked at, and then I lost all of them in my tank. But when I opened my store, I got back in contact with the customer who I had sold them to, got them back from him, and I've been culturing them ever since. So that coral has been with me on and off for 10 plus years, and I'm happy to have it in here. This little hammer coral actually started as one of those tiny little pinhead sized ones that you sometimes see growing on the side of a hammer coral, and I broke it off, dropped it in a hole in the rock, and it's fused into the rock and grown into a real full-sized hammer, so that's pretty neat. And here we have Eye-Catching Corals Fireworks Leptoseries. This is one of my favorite encrusting corals, and I'm hoping to use this frag to bridge the gap between these two rocks here. Here's another look at our SPS and some utter chaos zoanthids. That orange Monipora there has actually grown like 4 times since we put it in here. And here's a time lapse of our Fungia, or plate coral, as I feed it. These are really neat little corals. They can be kind of tricky, but I've had good luck with it here in this small tank, and it's definitely not a coral you usually see in a small tank. You can see that as I feed it, over the next 10 minutes or so is what this took in real time. It pulls all of that food into its center mouth. I feed this guy about once a week, and it does really well. It's one of my favorite corals that I own, actually. And after we feed that coral, the bounce mushroom even catches some food too. Not all mushrooms will eat food, but a lot of Rhodactis will, and this one does. He'll grab anything frozen or even pellets if you throw it at his face. And here's the one fish inhabitant that we have. It's a Wyoming white clownfish. I used to have a different pair in here, but a customer came in that really liked the pair I had, and so I traded him out. He uses the St. Thomas mushroom as his anemone host. And finally, this here is one of my favorite views of this tank, the top-down view. You get this a lot of times in tanks that are marketed as shallow tanks or lagoon-style tanks, and I like having this one at a little bit above waist level so that you can walk up and get this view as well as the front-on view. That takes us to the end of our video here today. I enjoyed showing you guys this tank. I've always had a soft spot for desktop and pico-sized tanks. I've done dozens of those over the years. The store that I used to work at, we got a new front counter, and I told the boss we have to have a pico tank on the front counter. eventually he gave in, and we had a Pico tank on the front counter. I opened my store, very first thing I said was I need to have a Pico tank in the store on the front counter. So I did that. That one's come and gone. Other ones have come and gone over the years. But I've had this one rocking and rolling for close to a year now. I'm very happy with it. And I think that it offers a lot of things that other smaller tanks I've seen don't. So I'm excited to try and improve on that concept and show you guys what I'm doing with it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel. Both of those things help to grow this channel a ton. We're actually knocking on the door of being able to monetize this channel, so that would be really cool. Open up a lot more opportunities both for the channel and for the store, so we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much.